Khabib Nurmagomedov is widely regarded as one of, if not the greatest lightweights in the history of the UFC. He hails from a tough area of southern Russia, little known by those outside of the fight game, called Dagestan, which is now producing some of the scariest fighters in all of combat sports, and it all started with Khabib. Today, we are discussing a story which started in Dagestan and other bits around the lightweight GOAT. Stay tuned. First up, Jon Jones has taken a sly dig at Khabib, as the world waits for Jon Jones' heavyweight debut, which seems as though it's been coming for the past 2 years. Jones took to Twitter to take a cheeky swipe at Khabib Nurmagomedov, who famously trained with his old nemesis Daniel Cormier. Khabib, who retired after his fight with Justin Gaethje a couple years back, took to Twitter to hype Israel Adesanya before his title defense with Alex Pereira last weekend. Referring to Jones in the process, he tweeted, "I don't miss Adesanya's fights and actually feel like he doesn't get the credit he deserves. If he defends the title a couple more times, he will be on the same level with Jon Jones. Good luck, Israel Adesanya. #UFC 281. But of course, he came up short as he was stopped by the Brazilian, and this was just the ammunition Jones needed to fire back, posting a screenshot of Khabib's tweet alongside a picture of both the Russian and Izzy. He captioned his post, "I appreciate the kind words, champ," which was almost certainly tongue-in-cheek. Bones hasn't been seen in the octagon since his last outing against Dominic Reyes almost 3 years ago, as he's famously been bulking up in a bid to move up to heavyweight. Of course, we are yet to see him in the top weight class, but rumor has it he isn't far away from a UFC return. What did you make of Jones' cheeky dig at Khabib? Next up, Kevin Lee thinks Khabib has a problem with him. Lee turned out in the UFC lightweight division between 2014 and 2021 and was at one point tipped for stardom, but 5 losses in his last 7 fights put the brakes on that particular prediction. But the Motown phenom has since found a new home at Khabib's Eagle FC, where he beat Diego Sanchez on his debut back in March. However, Lee believes that Eagle FC head Khabib might have a problem with him regarding his future, something which he is eager to address. Lee took to Twitter recently to call out Khabib, asking him if he would be more comfortable talking publicly, hinting at the fact that the Russian might not have been returning his calls of late. Lee, who provided one of the highlights of 2019 with a head kick KO of Gregor Gillespie, said, "Me and Khabib need to talk. We need to have a conversation. We need to sit down as men and talk." He then suggested that Khabib may hold a grudge or he's got something going on against me. More likely, it's the fact that his big buddy, Islam Makhachev, has just secured lightweight gold, so he's busy with him, which Lee referenced. Of course, Islam will take Alexander Volkanovski in one of the biggest fights in years in early 2023, so it's understandable Khabib may be a little distracted right now. But Kevin Lee has made his intentions clear. They need to talk. We're discussing the terrifying Dagestani story, which Khabib started next. Stick around. Everyone in combat sports knows about the small region of southern Russia known as Dagestan. The region has become synonymous with some of the most feared wrestlers in MMA in recent years, not least because of what Khabib Nurmagomedov did in the UFC octagon. Since Khabib made his UFC debut more than 10 years ago, plenty of fighters have lit up combat sports from the region, and of course, current lightweight king Islam Makhachev, whom Khabib himself named as his natural successor when he retired, is also from the region, a region which is terrifying everyone in the MMA game at the moment. The catalyst for greatness is almost certainly the Nurmagomedov family. Started by Khabib's father, Abdulmanap, the team has flourished under the tutelage of Khabib himself since his retirement. With a solid basis in wrestling, the Dagestanis are creating panic through the sport, and it's for good reason. Khabib finished his career undefeated, and Islam is now on an 11-fight win streak. When we consider what he did to Charles Oliveira in their recent lightweight title fight too, you'll begin to understand the terror the Russians are currently imposing on the rest of the fight game. However, it isn't just wrestling. Khabib and Islam both possess solid striking and strong ground and submission games, as highlighted by Khabib's 2018 submission of Conor McGregor and a string of Islam submission wins. Which one of these do you guys think is better? Another Nurmagomedov is coming through next. You may be aware that there is currently another Nurmagomedov lighting up the world of MMA, Usman. Khabib's cousin fights in the Bellator promotion and is actually taking on lightweight champion Patricky Pitbull this weekend in what could be a second MMA title for the small Russian region in a matter of weeks. Of course, just like his big cousin, Usman holds an undefeated record of 15-0, and somewhat terrifyingly, is still only 24 years of age. However, strangely for a man who hails from Dagestan, The younger Nurmagomedov is known more for his striking game than his wrestling, but make no mistake about it, he still knows how to do the latter. Speaking recently, the Bellator man said, "I want to show that I also know how to wrestle and grapple, that I don't just punch." Khabib pointed out my mistakes and says we're going to work on them. I will show him. There has also been talk of Nurmagomedov one day turning out for the UFC, so it would be interesting to see two Dagestani teammates fighting it out for the lightweight title. Back to Khabib, going forward, he will wish to carry on his father's legacy, which starts this weekend in Chicago as Usman challenges for Bellator lightweight gold. Do you guys think he can get the job done against Patricky? Let us know your thoughts below. Yet another star off the Nurmagomedov production line now. Stick around. Khabib believes that another one of his countrymen will soon take the MMA world by storm. Saigig Izgakhmaev is a rising star in the game and is set to take on none other than the former one world champion Shinya Akoy in Singapore this weekend, in what coach Nurmagomedov believes will be a huge stepping stone in his younger fighter's quest for a world title. After submitting James Nakashima in one debut earlier this year, he then blew through Zhang Lieping a few months later and now finds himself number 4 in the talent-rich lightweight division. However, Khabib thinks that this is just the start for his lifelong friend. As he revealed how dedicated he is recently, the Eagle said, "He's getting physically stronger and stronger. He's getting more and more experience from fight to fight, and soon he's going to be the best, not only in our team, but in the world. I have a lot of faith in him." Izagakhmaev utilizes the wrestling made famous by Khabib himself, but the former UFC star has also said that he has the tools at his disposal to be a problem on the feet too, adding, "He has very good elbows and good hands," and Khabib believes he is that good that he will fight for the title in early 2023. Watch this space. And finally, we're discussing Khabib's kids. Nurmagomedov is one of the more humble men you are ever likely to come across in the fight game, which is great to see. However, as one of the greatest fighters of all time and someone who is consistently in the limelight, he is always going to attract a certain amount of attention, but he has done his best to shield his family from all of that, which is something which every good dad would surely do. The Eagle married his wife Fatima back in 2013, and whilst his marriage to his childhood friend is no secret, his children are more of a mystery. Fatima is thought to be a distant relative of Khabib's, and the couple are extremely secretive of their children. The man himself doesn't post any photos or updates about his kids, of which there are thought to be 3, 2 sons and a daughter. What are the odds that those sons find their way to dad's gym at some point in the future? Their first child, a girl named Fatima, was born June 1st, 2015, whilst Khabib's first son, Magomed, was born a couple of years later on December 30th, 2017, and completing the trio is his second son, Hussein, who was reportedly born on December 22nd, 2019. And no, Hasbullah is not the son of Khabib Nurmagomedov before you guys ask in the comment section. As usual, thanks for dropping in on us today, and remember to stop by again next time for some more fun reveals. And why not do us a big favor by liking and sharing today's video, whilst also subscribing to our channel so you don't miss out on more great bits in the future. Bye!